So good evening and welcome. Today we're going to look at page 77, exercise 3, which is reading and vocabulary. So when you are ready, open page 77. Now page 77 looks like this. Now, are you ready to go? Well, let's look at exercise A, shall we? So we're going to talk about verbs invent, discover, etc. No? So let's look at exercise A. Now, exercise A says match the verbs to the dictionary definitions. Now, the verbs we have are base, design, discover, invent. Now, it says look at the sentences and fill in the gaps. Now, give yourself time to complete the sentences. Now, here are the answers. So, number 1, discover is a verb and it means to find or learn something for the first time. For example, DNA was discovered in 1953. Number 2, base. Now, base is a verb and it means to make something using something else as a starting point. For example, this film is based on a true story. Now, notáis que he puesto ahí la preposición en amarilla porque este es un verbo que necesita una preposición, ¿ok? To be based on, ¿ok? So está basado en algo, ¿ok? Number 3, design is a verb and it means to draw a plan which shows how to make something. For example, the building was designed by a German architect. And number 4, invent is a verb and it means to make or think of something for the first time. For example, who invented the bicycle? Do you know the answer to that question? I have no idea. Does anybody know who invented the bicycle? So there are our 4 verbs: discover, base, design, invent. Now just remember number 2, base needs a preposition. Base on. Okay? Now, let's move on, shall we, to exercise B. Now it says complete the did you know text with the past participle of a verb from the list. Now, the verbs are base, call, design, discover, give, invent, open, play, show, and use. Now again, pause the video, give yourself plenty of time to fill in the gaps. Now, shall we read the text? Let's read the text. Now, and we'll correct at the same time. Hombre, claro, y corregimos a la vez, ¿no? One of the most famous logos in the world is the Nike logo. It was designed by an American student, Carolyn Davidson, in 1971. Miss Davidson was only paid $35 for her design. However, she was later given a gold ring in the shape of the logo and Nike shares. Now, let's just make sure we understand the meaning of this paragraph. No? So basically, Carolyn Davidson, no? Es la diseñadora del logotipo de Nike, le pagaron $35, pero, sin embargo, ¿no? Más tarde le dieron un anillo de oro, ¿no? En forma del logotipo y acciones en Nike, ¿no? Nike shares, acciones. Very good. Are you ready to talk about tinned food? Well, let's continue. Tinned food was invented in 1810 in Britain by Peter Durand. Unfortunately, he did not also invent a tin opener, so tins were opened with difficulty using a knife and a hammer. It wasn't until nearly 50 years later that the American Ezra Warner invented the tin opener. Let's talk about this paragraph, ¿no? Pues la comida enlatada, ¿no? Se inventó en el 1810, ¿no? Pero el abrelatas no se inventó hasta 50 años después, ¿no? Más tarde. Y entonces las latas se abrieron con dificultad utilizando un cuchillo y un martillo, a hammer, un martillo. Qué cosas, ¿eh? Bien. Are you ready to read about Monopoly? Well, let's continue. When people at toy company Parker Brothers were first shown the board game Monopoly, they were not interested. They said it had 52 fundamental errors, including taking too long to play. However, ahí está however, lo hemos visto en el primer párrafo también, sin embargo, no obstante, ¿no? A few days later, the company president saw the game and took it home to try it. He stayed up until 1 a.m. to finish playing it, and the next day he wrote to the inventor, Charles Darrow, and offered to buy it. Pues vamos a resumir también este párrafo, ¿no? Cuando se les enseñó a los trabajadores, ¿no? Supongo que los ejecutivos, ponen la compañía, ¿no? La empresa Parker Brothers, ¿no? El juego de mesa Monopoly, pues no les interesaba, ¿no? Decían que tenía 52 errores fundamentales, uno de ellos, ¿no? Que llevaba demasiado tiempo en jugar una partida, ¿no? Sin embargo, unos días después, el presidente, ¿no? Vio el juego, se lo llevó a casa y lo probó. Y estuvo despierto hasta la 1 de la madrugada para terminar de jugar su partida, ¿no? Al día siguiente escribió al inventor del juego, el creador del inventor del juego, y le hizo una oferta para comprar el juego, ¿vale? So far, so good? Okay, well, let's talk about golf. Do you like golf? Let's see. The modern game of golf was invented in Scotland in the 18th century. It was originally only played by men and was called golf because of the rule, gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. This is how the word golf entered into the English language. Pues este párrafo nos cuenta un poco el origen, ¿no? Del golf. Se inventó en Escocia en el siglo XVIII. Se llama golf por esas siglas, ¿no? De gentlemen only, ladies forbidden, ¿no? Y de ahí entró ese término en la lengua inglesa. Are you ready for Botox? Botox. Well, Botox was first used in 1985 to correct strabismus, which is lazy eye, ojo vago, ¿no? In children. The possibility of using it to make people's faces look younger was only discovered 20 years later, ¿no? Que se utilizó primero para tratar el ojo vago en niños y luego la posibilidad de usarlo para hacer que la gente aparentaba menos años, más joven, pues se descubrió, ¿no? 20 años después. And finally, House. Did you used to watch House? It was very popular here in Spain, wasn't it? The character Gregory House in the hit TV series House MD, MD means medical doctor, is based on, ahí está el on, based on, ¿no? Conan Doyle's detective Sherlock Holmes. Like Holmes, House uses his intelligence and knowledge of psychology to solve cases. House's relationship with his friend Dr. James Wilson is similar to that between Holmes and his friend Dr. John Watson. And the address on his driving license is 221B Baker Street, a direct reference to Holmes's address. Now, resumimos también este párrafo, ¿no? El personaje de Gregory House, ¿no? De la serie de televisión está basado en el personaje, ¿no? El detective de Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes. Como Holmes, pues House que utiliza su inteligencia, su perspicacia, ¿no? Su conocimiento de psicología para resolver sus casos. Su relación con su amigo, ¿no? Wilson, es parecido a la que hay entre Holmes y su amigo Watson. Y la dirección de House que sale en su carnet de conducir es 221B Baker Street, que de hecho si vais a Londres y vais a Baker Street y buscáis 221B, ¿qué vais a encontrar ahí? Pues la casa de Sherlock Holmes. ¿Vale? Now, exercise C is an interesting exercise. Let's read the instructions because this is the last exercise for today. Let's see. So it says, read the text again. One of the pieces of information is not true. Which one do you think? Well, do you think it's the one about the Nike logo? Do you think it's the one about tinned foods? Is it the one about Monopoly? Could it be the one about golf? Is it perhaps the one about Botox? Or maybe the one about House? What do you think? what would you say? Well, here's the answer. Are you ready? The piece of information that is not true is that golf gets its name from gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. The word golf is thought to come from the Dutch word kolf, meaning stick. Ay, que nos han engañado, nos han tomado el pelo ahí con el golf, claro. Gentlemen only, ladies forbidden, pues menos mal, no es así. So it is thought, no se cree, that the word golf comes from Dutch. Now, just one more thing, because whenever I think of golf, this comes to mind, ¿no? Que siempre que me hablen de golf, me viene a la mente esta cita muy famosa de Mark Twain. Vamos a leerlo. Mira, golf is a good walk spoiled. Mark Twain was obviously not a big fan of golf, ¿no? So golf is a good walk spoiled. Spoiled, estropeado, ¿no? Arruinado, destrozado, ¿no? So que básicamente el golf estropea un buen paseo. A ver qué opináis vosotros de eso, ¿eh? And that's all for today. Thanks for listening. See you.